Hi, it's September 13th. It is Friday the 13th today, and I'm here to tell you that it's not a bad omen. In fact, in my opinion, from the esoteric reading that I've done, pretty much every unlucky number was probably a very important and lucky number at some point in our history. Just saying. And today is Heather's grandmother's birthday, so happy birthday, Grandma. And we are busily preparing for the Emmys, which are next Sunday, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, the 22nd. My husband and I are looking for things to wear. Of course, he's handled. He bought a gorgeous tie and has a beautiful tux. And I don't know what I'm going to wear, and I love dressing up. But I don't know from gowns. I just don't really do gowns unless I'm in a show. So, anyway. And Heather and I were talking, and it's quite a scene, as you can imagine. You're in your car, and you have to wait for a very long time to get out of your car while the likes of Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep and Sandra Bullock and whoever else happens to be way in the front gets out of their car, walks down the red carpet. So I have a plan this year. I'm going to get there early. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but like Diane Nyad said, I will find a way. I hope you're all inspired by her amazing journey from Cuba to Key West. What an amazing woman. And of course they're trying to figure out how to say she didn't really do it. Well, she did it. And I'm inspired by her. So my motto is find a way. So I'm going to find a way to get to the red carpet sooner than later. So that's what we're preparing to do, and I'm hoping to send you wonderful pictures. I am going to hopefully be wearing a jewelry by Tula Gems. Fabulous, gorgeous black diamonds, very funky, as I'm kind of funky. And I want everyone out there just to say a prayer that I get a great, fabulous, hot dress. So, with that, I'd like to answer some of your questions.
All right. Our first question is, in your artistic career, what have been some of the points of interior tension that have been most transformative to you as an artist? What have you come up against in yourself that has really confronted you to face yourself and has helped you to grow the most?
Well, strangely, the importance of taking myself and my talent seriously was probably a pivotal moment in my life. I had done a play in college called Ashes, and I had a transformative experience playing the part. And I could see that I'd had an impact on my community there. And from my peers to my teachers were very moved by my performance, and that scared me because somehow I felt that it would set me apart, and then how would I fit in? Would people be jealous? Could I do it again? And I had a teacher during a class where I had really not taken the assignment seriously say to me, "What are you doing? Why are you sabotaging yourself?" And that is a recurring theme when you are dealing with aspirations to be great. And there's a marvelous quote about who are you not to be great. I'm not even going to tell you what that is, but it's fun, isn't it? And so for me, that tension of being humble and yet valuing my talent has been the inner back and forth that continually and to this day is propelling me towards the fullness of my my gift, my acting gift, and I'm moving into producing and directing. So that tension between learning and listening and then claiming and valuing.
Is it possible to start acting in college with no high school experience, or is it better to start in high school?
It is possible to start in college. I believe if we looked at some of our successful actors, you would find that they left high school where they were, particularly guys, where they were sports stars and they got an injury or they just didn't want to go to the leagues. Somehow they go over to acting. I don't know why that is, but they do. I don't know the parity with women, but it is possible to start anytime if it is a burning passion within you and you're willing to do everything you can to learn everything there is. If your nose is taking you there, then you have to explore it. Whether you are going to be behind or whether you're actually going to be jumping right on the train and diving in and even being the best in your class, you never know till you try. I would prefer to see people, if they have this gift and talent and interest, try it on in high school. But you might not have a good high school drama teacher. I happen to have Ron Krikak was my high school drama teacher. You might have somebody who actually unlocks the door and plants the seeds. And it's, for me, it's almost the best I ever got was Ron Krikak's teaching. So.
Was the infinity symbol on your necklace the inspiration for the symbol on Aaron Strauss's wrist when she died?
No. No. What a coincidence, huh? Since it is my one of my favorite symbols, and it is a transformative symbol, as we've spoken of. Again, so I thought it was unbelievably appropriate, since I was leaving the show in that way, to show a symbol of transformation. And I thought it was good karma for the show, and I thought it was good karma for me, but no, it was a coinkydink.
And what is your favorite memory from the Free Willy films?
In the first show, in the first movie, Free Willy, I had a friend there, and we wrote a song that we were hoping would be the theme song for the movie, and I'm not going to sing it, but it was very sweet. But I remember singing it for the whole cast, and it was such a dream come true for me. And Simon Windsor, the director, was there, and Michael Madsen, and the young boy who played my son, and I sang it to cast and crew as a gift for making my first movie experience wonderful. And that's the end of the questions. And then I usually end with a fun fact, but I don't have one really today. I like to give an acting tip, and I sort of gave one in the question about the tension that propels me towards growing as an actor. And usually it's the things that you're afraid of. A lot of actors and actresses are afraid they won't be able to cry when they have to cry. Or, for that matter, laugh if you have to laugh spontaneously. And a lot of that fear that you have is about expectations of what you should or should not be doing in a moment. And I spoke about this earlier, which is that be where you are. So if it says cry, and you say, I have to cry, I have to cry, I have to cry, you're going to get very tense. So by the time you get there, you aren't crying, you're just a mass of tension. But if you say, I'll let the language and I'll let the moment lead me and see where I am. And it would be great if I could find a connection that brought tears. But it's more about being connected to where you are emotionally. I did a show a long time ago called The Heiress. And at the end, she breaks down, of Act 1, she breaks down and sobs. And one night, I got to that moment, and there was absolutely nothing. I had There were no tears. There was nothing there. And it was pretty scary, and yet the blankness of the nothing in some ways was just as powerful as the tears. So again, start from where you are and be kind and good to yourself in that regard. And my fun tip for the day has nothing to do with really anything except that we're going into winter, so I thought I'd talk about spring. And did you know that at the beginning of spring you hear bird song? And you'll wake up and you'll hear if you're in the city, wherever you are, you might hear birds singing. Here in the Berkshires you hear them. And they're just having a fun old time, singing, trilling, whatever. And it was spoken to me that they are actually, their sound is a sound that the plants hear, and they begin to bloom and blossom. So, what's your bird song? What helps you blossom in your life? Is it someone that you like to hang out with? Is it your wonderful pet? Is it a poem? Is it a song that helps you blossom and feel good and grow? So that's it for today. Wish me luck finding a dress, and I will answer more questions when next we meet.